Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber podcast. I'm your host Everett, aka Two Beasts to Kill You, aka the Beast with the Least. I don't know what number we're on because unfortunately we've missed the last couple weeks. I'm a little off on what episode number we are on, but I'll remember it as we're going through this. Man, I kind of wish we had been recording. I didn't have stuff going on because some big stuff has happened past few weeks. But there's still big stuff that had happened this week. Um, yeah, I don't know. Just yeah,
It's 44, by the way.
episode 44. No, you're lying.
From the thingy. We're almost close. We're halfway to your age.
I could have. Wait, halfway to my. Fuck you. First of all, it just like clicked in my head what you said. Oh my
I
god.
think.
I'm looking. I think this is because the last one we did was a Switch reveal.
No,
That's not.
41. No, it should be 42. Then
So
41 or 42.
no. Well,
If you're counting the Switch 2 as a reveal or something, no, then it's 41.
it's like a special outside the
Then it's 41.
normal. So this will be
Nice.
41. Episode 41. We figured it out.
Almost half.
Almost halfway there. Let's just go ahead and get into what you guys have been playing these last couple weeks. JJ.
I've been playing a little bit of games here and there. A little bit of Marvel Rivals, a little bit of RuneScape. Old school that is. You know what I mean. Um, I think that's mostly it. I've been actually trying to. I'm updating Baldur's Gate 3 right now because I'm trying to get to the patch 8, the stress test one, so I can actually play with some buddies with the cross-platform play. That I only played for like 30 minutes or like an hour, so I'm kind of run a restart. We're all gonna pretty much all three play together. So excited about that.
Hmm. Hmm. So just basically the same with a little new, but your consistency. Your
Yeah,
consistency.
pretty much.
Devin, what about you?
A few different things. Playing the Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles, the remastered one that just came out on Xbox. It's good. It's fun. It's reminding me of like nostalgia and stuff. I wish they would have put online co-op in it, but it is what it is. Been playing Marvel Rivals and Ninja Gaiden Black, and next week picked it up at GameStop. I got it for $22.50. Got Dragon Age the Veilguard, so I get to worth $22.
Oh,
So
we're gonna talk about
I'll play
Dragon
that.
Age: The Veilguard. That's coming up. There was some stuff with that.
Yeah, so
So
that'll be what I play next week.
actually, I
This
wanted to talk
coming week.
about that. I was hoping one of you played Ninja Gaiden, the Ninja Gaiden 2
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I
remake.
played a little bit of that one too.
Yeah, I haven't been able
I
to
probably
get to
played the first
games recently because behind the scenes, I've been studying. Uh, I'm gonna be taking the sheriff test soon, so that's kind of taken up all my time, unfortunately, because I do want to pass that, become a sheriff. So maybe by this time next year, I'll be the host sheriff Two Beasts to Kill You. But that's a you know thing outside of the podcast, obviously. So no, yeah, like because I haven't played Ninja Gaiden 2 in a long time. Uh, like, is it just a graphical upgrade, or did they actually make some changes to like the game and the feel of it and everything? If you guys
one.
even
It feels kind of clunky. Still to play, but
Yeah, the camera is
um,
still fucking dick. Like it's still like it's not like I mean it definitely looks really really nice.
yeah, no, I've
mm-hmm.
seen the comparisons. Like, it looks good, but I didn't know. Like, I wanted to know if it's still kind of just basically it was like, yeah, just basically like the Halo anniversary or Halo 2 anniversary. It just is a shiny, like a real good shiny new coat of paint.
Yeah.
That's what I was
No, I
wondering.
only beat the first level, so I don't know, like that. You know, But I feel like that's just the gist of it. It's still the same, the clunkiness of the game, how it was originally.
Well, hopefully I'll get to it sometime soon. But God, fucking studying. I forgot how much I hated studying. I really do hate that shit.
That's why you dropped out of high school, right?
Well, I didn't drop out of high school. I just stopped going to certain classes.
It's,
I was
it's like,
still there.
high school dropped me,
I was
Devin. High
still
school dropped me.
there technically at school, just not in class. Oh well, okay, maybe like the last half of 12th grade. I yeah, we were always going. Maybe not the last half, like more than the last half. We were always going to a buddy's house. Everyone was getting drunk, high, getting laid. It was debauchery incarnate, and I don't know if I really missed that. I should have just graduated high school. I mean, I got my GED. Like literally, once high school was done, I was like, you know what? I should go get my GED. They even were like, okay, so when do you want to test? Schedule for the test? I was like, no, it's cool. I'll take it today. I knew what it was, what to like. I knew the answers to stuff. I was smart, lazy. That was the unfortunate. Peer pressure got to me. Peer pressure got to me.
So you're weak.
Yes, I am very weak, unfortunately.
And old.
Oh my god! All right, so let's go ahead and move into this past week of gaming news because there's a couple big things. Maybe not big things. At least, well, no, one is big because it does signal what everyone's been basically what some feared and what some hoped and what some were maybe I don't know laughing about. I don't know, but we'll get to that one for sure. Let's go ahead and start with. We're going to talk about JJ's favorite YouTuber, Dr. Disrespect. He's been remonetized on YouTube. I know you're happy, right, JJ?
Hmm?
No?
That's that's fine with me. Bro. He can do whatever he wants, man.
Well, okay. So obviously, like, it's like this is kind of a non-news story, but still kind of a news story. The reason I wanted to bring it up because we did talk about it, but it is like a thing of like this dude had this where he was like, he's supposedly talking to a minor. Obviously he didn't deny. I mean, he kind of, I guess, did deny later on, right, in some streams or something. But like, for, basically, that's what happened. And YouTube was just like, no, don't worry about it. You can still get money. Like, that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it because, well, also too at the same time, remember he was a head of a studio, Midnight Society. They were making what was it called, Dead Drop, I think.
Yeah, that officially is canceled.
Yeah, that's canceled because Midnight
Or their
Society.
studio's closed.
Yeah, the studio's closing. So this like that is happening at the same time as he's basically coming back up. And I don't know, I just wanted to bring that up because the I don't know, is that ironic that like the studio that was innocent is getting fucked over or not fucked over, but like that's it, they're done. And the guy who did the thing that was wrong is just like, you know what? This is America. Of course he's still gonna get rewarded. Like look at who our president is. Like
It's kind of like, I don't know. There's some saying like I don't know, like you knew the devil you were getting involved with. Like you fucking get what you deserve.
yeah.
Some saying like that. I don't know. I forget what the saying.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up. We'll go ahead and move to the next thing because
There's better games that have been fucking canceled than their fucking
well,
mid game
yeah.
that they're gonna make.
Yeah, the game that's fucking it was one of those like NFT shit, right?
Oh yeah. No, I just wanted to bring that up because everyone was so sure that he wasn't going to get remonetized, and YouTube was like, "Yeah, no, don't worry about it, dude. It's cool." All right. Oh, did you guys ever play the Beyond Two Souls game?
No.
I did a long time ago.
So like, somebody is having a good time back there. Well, they're making a movie out of it or TV series, I think. No, it's TV series adaptation.
Yeah. That's what fucking Sony product games are anyway, dude. It's just a fucking movie. But
So
when you think
actually,
about it,
this would have been in last week's episode. There was that like report that Sony is basically looking at their or not Sony. I think it's Insomniac is like was saying that Sony was saying basically, oh, they're looking at their all the different IP at which can be like adapted into media, other media. So this, I mean,
oh, dude.
Hmm?
Like obviously, like it's
Yeah.
just extra cash they can just throw away. Like for that, look at them fucking Madam Web and all this other fucking
Well, I
crap. Of
mean,
course they have money to.
it makes sense. No, but it makes sense that they would want to do that because, like, recently, unfortunate thing we didn't talk about because I wasn't able to get to the podcast is that like they're canceling their games as service stuff and like it's seemingly dying now, like that initiative from them. So it would make sense that like, well,
Fucking
okay.
good.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people are very happy about that. Nobody likes games as services, games as service games, but
Like it's not done right, but yeah, like, but it's usually not. Yeah, like look at fucking that shit with Bungie and Sony when they were doing that shit.
yeah, and like so I mean to me this makes sense. If they're not going to do that, they could just start turning all their video games into movies and TV shows. I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause
they're
like
already
Last was good. Like a lot of those games that were already like good, like God of War's probably gonna be good as shit.
yeah, they have a God of War show coming
And
up.
stuff.
There's the Last of Us
Yeah,
show. Now we have Beyond Two Souls. There was a what was there was that there's like the
it's
Concord episode of Secret Level.
yeah, and then God of War had their little secret on that one
Like they
too.
had a Ratchet and Clank movie. There's the Uncharted movie. Like
Yeah,
they've
Ratchet and
been
Clank was
having
like
stuff.
Ratchet and Clank was like what 2016, right, or some shit,
Was it?
or even earlier than that. But
I
anyway,
don't
but yeah,
remember.
there's like cartoon kids they can use that, because it's like, oh, let's see how look how Mario was, dude. Like just throw in some like you Sly Cooper for fuck's sakes, bro. I love to see a Sly Cooper movie or
Oh,
some shit.
can you
Pretty sick
imagine
as
like a
fuck.
Sly Cooper
Like
movie
how
that
hard is it
looked
to make a
like,
raccoon?
but like a Sly Cooper movie that looked like that one Puss in Boots movie recently? I think that could be
The
cool.
Last Wish.
Last Wish, is that what it's called?
Yeah, like that animation, like that's yeah,
That could be
like
kind of
that's
cool.
cool, dude. Yeah, it's cool.
But you have to get the
They
right
they should they
people.
Killzone Resistance would be fucking dope as fuck.
Dude, I think they could
They have
make
a lot of shit. A
like
lot of shit they can
they could
fucking
make a
play with if
Resistance
they want to make
TV
movies
show.
or
Like
yeah, that'd be cool as fuck, bro. It'd be nuts as shit. Make it
no,
scary. It'd be kind
but
of crazy.
no, see for me, the reason I want a Resistance show is like how many zombie shows and movies do we have? You know? I mean, obviously the big ones were like Walking Dead or whatever. Um, like that or whatever, but like other than Falling Skies, I cannot tell you of any like post-apocalyptic like alien invasion TV show. Which I don't know if any of you guys
I mean, Resistance One is just a fucking. I thought it was just World War One,
I
like
mean,
or like
but
World War
like
Two, but with aliens.
I'm
So
saying
it wasn't
like
even a post-apocalyptic. It's just like
but
we're in the
like
middle of war.
uh, I'm just saying like an alien invasion in general. Like, when I mean post-apocalyptic, I mean like obviously the aliens are fucking shit up. Like, humanity's like got its back against the wall kind of thing or whatever.
Out of Los Angeles. Boom. Done. You're
Well,
welcome.
that was yeah. But that's what I'm saying. We don't get a lot like the
What was
alien
that?
stuff.
What was that one? District 9.
District
That was
District
9.
really
9.
alien.
But that wasn't really an alien invasion. That was more of a commentary too on like immigration and stuff. I'm talking about like the aliens are coming to invade and people are fighting back. Yeah, we had like the Battle
Independence
Los
Day.
Angeles,
Independence 2. Independence Day 2.
Independence Day.
You're welcome.
But like TV shows, we have Falling Skies. Like a TV show, I think would be pretty cool. Because we do get the movies here and there. Obviously, a lot of the alien movies aren't really invasion like that. It is like, oh, the aliens are
The new
scary.
the new show is gonna be set on Earth or some shit. So they're coming.
Oh, the Alien show, right? The actual Alien
Yeah. Yeah, the actual
franchise.
Alien show. Yeah,
It's called
Francesco on
Alien
Earth.
Earth, right? Yeah. Which doesn't that isn't that show breaking like the lore or canon of that franchise or something?
I haven't looked into much yet. I just saw the thing. I haven't seen fucking Romulus or whatever. I really want to. I actually want to sit down and watch it, not just play game and
Yeah,
have it
yeah.
on the side.
Mm.
But I thought something was weird like about that though. I think I read about. I just didn't know what it was, but it's like, oh, it's just kind of weird that it's going to Earth or some shit.
Yeah. I mean, so actually, I mean, that's an alien invasion, I guess, show that we'll have, but not like the kind that I'm talking about where it's a war between humanity and little green men.
World War. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, not sure, but yeah, I know.
Wait, there
It's
was
be
a War of the Worlds TV show, I think. I don't think it was like on any like it was like one of those streaming platforms that are just like, oh yeah, you get free TV shows and stuff like that. I think it was one of those or something like that, or one
Like
of those.
Pluto TV.
Yeah, like Pluto or Tubi TV. Wait, I don't think Tubi TV was around yet, but like one of those things. I think had the War of the Worlds TV show. I'd have to look
yikes.
it up, but yeah,
That'd be kind of
Woof.
cool. Like I said, they have to have a lot of stuff they can play with. That's pretty much it. They have a lot of stuff they could literally have, and it'd be badass. You know, like what do you guys think about the what was the Uncharted
As
movie?
long
Like,
as they don't,
you guys
as
watch
long as
that?
they don't Halo TV show it.
Hmm.
No, fuck, doubt it. No,
Well, I guess that would have
100%.
been considered one, an alien invasion. They're fighting. I guess that was kind of considered one. So I just looked it up. It was on MGM Plus, the War of the Worlds show.
Gross. Who
The
the fuck?
fuck?
Does anybody have
Who wants to?
MGM Plus? Here's
Who
the
No.
wants
funny
to have?
part. That
Is it
show
the
lasted for
casino,
3
bro?
seasons.
Damn, they had a yikes, buddy.
Yeah.
Yikes.
All right.
Imagine going to your agent and be like, or an agent calling you like, "Hey, you booked a TV show. Oh, cool. Is it gonna be on like Hulu, Netflix,
Like,
Max,
no,
Prime?"
none of those. Okay. Is it gonna
They're
be
like
like on
Showtime, Paramount.
Was it
Peacock?
Like
Peacock? Yeah, Peacock, dude. Like, come on, man.
they're like, no.
YouTube?
Roku? Like Roku? YouTube?
He's like, there's a
Ah,
plus. They're like Disney Plus.
like
There
there's a
is a
plus in
plus.
it. Yeah, there is a plus in it.
MGM, like the fucking casino? Like, nah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what people are
No,
gonna
they
watch
had
this while they're taking a piss at a fucking toilet in the casino? Fuck that.
Devin, is there any movies maybe or show that you would specifically want a Sony IP to
I
be
mean, they're already
developed?
making God of War, so
Oh
as
yeah, I
long
guess
as they
that's
make God of War good,
you're
like
good.
that's
You're good. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Dude,
they.
oh,
I mean, like, I
dude.
still need to go back and watch like Twisted Metal. Like I heard that was good. Like I do
Yeah,
need to
that
go
is
back
good.
and watch that.
Yeah,
So
at first, like, yeah, it was like kind of like I thought it was like decent. Like, it's like 7 out of 10. Like a 7 out of 10. Like they said, it's not great, but it's not bad for what it is.
but yeah,
No,
they could
I
definitely
think
do
on
more
MV did
animated.
pretty good, right?
They can definitely do animated movies, like a Sly Cooper, like JJ was saying, like an animated one of that. Like as long as they don't like fuck things up, like things that need to be animated, they should animate. Like
yeah.
if they
And
do a
I
Sly
think it's a lot of
Cooper,
like Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot, Sly Cooper, all that shit.
Well,
Pretty
yeah,
cool.
Crash
like those can
Bandicoot
stay
isn't
animated.
Sony. No, that's
Yeah,
owned by
No, well,
Microsoft. So
but yeah. No, I think
yeah, it's better. Yeah.
as long as they keep making stuff good, like as long as like when the Last of Us season, like as long as it's good and like people stay true to the source material, like yeah, you're gonna have to like vary it and stuff. But like if it's good, I'm gonna watch it. Like if like the Ghost of Tsushima, like they announced that, right? I'm not like
oh yeah,
misremembering.
there's
They
supposed to
Yeah.
be
announced
a
it.
Ghost of Tsushima.
As long as
And
it's
the new
good,
Days
like
Gone,
if
right?
it's a
Another
good
new Days Gone,
samurai,
right?
yeah, if it's a good samurai story, I'll watch it. Like I like good TV. Like the only genre I really don't watch is horror. But if there's a good TV show that comes out and like I'll watch it. Like so as long as I'm not like, oh, if Sony's making like this. And then when they make fucking Gran Turismo into a movie. I didn't watch that because
Oh
I
my
was like,
god,
that
you're right. I
seemed
forgot
like a
about that.
I
generic.
don't.
It
Yeah,
was
like
a
I don't think
generic like racing
anybody did.
movie, and I was like, I don't know.
I
That see,
learned
but
my
that seemed
skills
like
from the game, man.
yeah,
No,
that seemed like a
it was based on a
generic
real. It was based on a
movie.
real thing, though, right? I thought it was based on
Yeah,
like a
It
real
was
story.
based on like
yeah,
there was like a contest. Or, yeah, it was weird. I don't know.
yeah. But it got middling reviews. So like again, if it's a great TV show or even a really good TV show, like or a movie, I'll watch it. But if it's just like people are like meh about it, like I wouldn't watch it. But like, so yeah, if like a Sly Cooper animated movie comes out and it's just meh, I'm not gonna watch it. Like the only thing that if it's meh that I'll watch would be God of War, just because I really like that IP. But everything else needs to, if it's good, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, they already
Yeah.
made Uncharted into a movie, so I watched
Okay.
that because I really like the Uncharted games, and I knew that one was just okay, but I just streamed it and I was like, I'm not gonna go to the movie theater and pay money for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think I watched
I
it
think I
on the
actually
stream too.
bought the Uncharted movie,
I just watched it on Netflix
or
when
maybe
it
it's
came
not.
out.
Maybe I saw it on Netflix. That's what it is. Maybe I saw it on Netflix. I
Well,
don't remember.
I'll probably watch an Ape Escape, like movie
Mhm.
or show. That'd be tight. Can't think of other fucking Sony shit. Medieval, fucking medieval, dude.
A medieval
That'd be
cartoon would be
fucking
kind of cool.
like a fucking comedy right there.
Bloodborne. No.
Bloodborne, dude. Done.
What
But you
Okay.
was
see,
it?
like I
30
think that's
frames a
another thing.
second.
Fucking, was it that guy that was working on that mod to get it 60 frames?
Got
Dude got fucking teased, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, they got put a cease and desist on it, which I think
Yeah.
people are like
So
speculating. Does that mean they're gonna do something? But like, something happens all the time with Bloodborne. I debated on like adding that as part of like what we're gonna talk about. But like something is always happening with Bloodborne, and that's the speculation. Is that like they're gonna re-release it, or they're gonna do a patch, or they're gonna do this like PC port, and I'm like, I'll, when something happens, I'll okay. Like when
but it's
Sony
kind
is
of
like,
weird
yeah,
though,
it is
because
weird,
he was working on it for
but
years.
like,
He was working on it for years, and they just like kind of like, oh yeah, you're
yeah,
done by
no,
the way.
it is weird, but like it was also weird when they did like a random like update to the game, or like they had it was part of like some kind of trailer after it's they've never had it part of trailers or something. Like these things are always weird, and people are like, oh, this has to mean something. But what? It's been how long of these things happening, and nothing has happened. We have not had any kind of like real indication that there's going to be like a PC port, a remaster, or even like a frame a frame boost on the PlayStation on the current PlayStation consoles. Like,
I feel like this Bloodborne thing is like Sony's back pocket shit. If something really gets fucking, they just get fucked or something like that. They're like, Bloodborne 60 frames.
Bloodborne
That'll
remastered.
get them off our back. That'll get them off our back. You know. Sony massacres 20 children. Oh my god! Like drone strike them all. And like that's so horrible. Sony, yeah, Bloodborne remastered coming out next month.
You
Like, oh
guys
yeah,
love
dude,
us
hell yeah,
again, right?
fuck them kids, bro. Fuck them kids. Right?
God damn.
They should
Oh
have
my
fucking
god.
dodgeball that shit. Come on, skill, get good. Shit.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's go ahead and move to this next thing. Let's go ahead and talk about your guys' favorite app, TikTok. I just wanted to mention this actually too, real quick. So, Mr. Beast, I guess I didn't know his name was Jimmy Donaldson.
Yeah,
Mr.
fucking
Beast,
Jimmy, bro. Fucking
he's part of a
Jimmy, dude.
group like that includes the CEO of Roblox. They're trying to buy TikTok for $20 billion.
I mean, they want pedophiles on there or what?
I was,
That's literally
here's the
what
thing.
TikTok is.
Here's the thing. When you said "fuck them kids," I was like, speaking of fucking them kids, I wanted to use that as a transition for for the TikTok thing, but I was like, no, maybe too dark.
Well,
It's out there now.
y-
But,
well, it's mainly I'm mainly referring to fucking Roblox. I mean, that's
yeah, the
like
rope. Oh my god, that
Dude, the
Roblox.
TikTok's got
Yeah,
some
there's
fucking Roblox and TikTok is probably the most fucking corrupted fucking pedo shit on there, dude. PDF files on there, shit, dude. Jesus
dude,
the
we
PDF
Christ.
fucking
files.
use
Yeah.
Instagram Reels. Like the shit's dark as like all of social media is dark, but I feel like Roblox is like
No,
a cut
Roblox has a
above.
lot of like some like. I mean, it's inherent when you have something that ends up being so like open and then it attracts a lot of kids to play it. It's going to unfortunately get a lot of unwanted,
Weirdos.
you know, parties involved. Like you can't really like control that, unfortunately. You just moderate it as best as you can. um I mean, because it's like, yeah, like social media in general is like that. Like when like because kids are going to be part of it, you're going to get unfortunately too many fucking weirdos, too many fucking creeps, too many people who probably should be put 6 feet under. Not probably, should be put 6 feet under. As you can tell, I kind of don't like them, uh, you know, PDF files. Leave the kids alone. But I don't know. This is supposed to be about TikTok
Mhm.
being bought. Like,
Yeah, yeah, of
do,
course,
do you guys even like? I'm gonna like. I'm not gonna lie to you. I I I have TikTok on my phone, and I sometimes scroll through it. Like, I even had a friend of mine. He messaged me literally earlier today. He's like, hey bro, why do you look at my TikToks and don't like them? I'm like, dude, I just kind of go on there, scroll real quick, and get off. I literally have like 15 unread messages on TikTok from like one of my coworkers. He likes to send, or one of my ex coworkers likes to send. He likes to send videos or whatever TikToks to me, and I just don't. I don't use TikTok. I just don't. I'm not a big TikTok guy.
I think I just have it so because people used to send me all that TikTok shit on like Facebook, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna have the app, bro, because sometimes it doesn't open and shit. I'm like, let me just see what it is. Other than that, I don't really. I have Instagram Reels, dude. I'd rather fucking see TikTok shit on Instagram anyway. Comments
Yeah,
are better. They're better. They're better.
they're better. All right, let's go ahead and move. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a choice. Which one do you want to talk about? You guys want to talk about multiverses first or the Bioware stuff first? Because you guys did
Let's talk
mention.
about multiverse. I'm voting for multiverses. I don't know because me and Devin we're kind of giga chads on our multiverses. We played a lot.
Oh my god. All
Yeah,
right, we'll go
Banana
ahead and
Knight
just.
OP, Banana Knight OP.
So, multiverses, the fucking WB Games, uh, Super Smash Brothers clone. What are they called? Platform fighters, right? Yeah, platform fighter. It's ending. Season 5 will be the last season. That's February 4th, and it's going to be ending. What is March? Yeah, March 30th. After season 5 ends, players will be able to enjoy the game offline for the foreseeable future. So you'll be able to play it offline for the offline modes. I didn't even realize it really had offline modes. Uh, but yeah, the games they're shutting it down.
Good riddance. They shouldn't aim for the king then.
You,
Yeah. Hey, yo, Everett, man, come on over. Let's play some multiverses,
I know, right? Look, there
man.
was
Like
what
fuck no, dude. We're playing fucking Smash, bro.
we
It just
played
rolls off
it,
the tongue there.
Devin. What we played it for? What, like a week, right? In that beta,
Yeah,
and
we
it was
played it.
fun.
Yeah, the first part
And it was fun.
before they decided to shut it down.
But like, I mean, if you want to play Smash Brothers, you can play Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is on the Switch. The Switch isn't expensive, and I mean, you could just buy Smash Brothers. And Smash Brothers is a much better game. And even then,
Big
like,
ass story,
yeah.
you know.
So
This
like,
is one of those party games, man. It's a good party game to have, dude. It's like everybody has either like what? It's like you have Mario Kart and Smash,
I also think
and
the
a
game.
random fucking Mario game.
I don't know. I think the game suffered from some imbalance issues. I don't know if it got fixed, but like, I remember Devin. Like, you remember how you were like just dominating with Superman because you could just like fly off with people and that was it.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid. Because you could just like fly to someone and then just like grab them and then chuck them off, and then if they came back, you'd be able to grab them again. It's pretty
I think
funny.
on Banana Knight, I remember I just became like invulnerable when I just do a spear move, and go pretty far when I stab people. So it's not like a little quick stab. I just go, huh, and just like lunge my spear super far and just hits anybody and just fly the fuck off, dude. And it's like 20% damage, some shit. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. I'm just spamming that shit.
I just liked using Shaggy. When you went into Super Shaggy mode, he could hit pretty hard. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, we're not gonna miss the game, right, guys?
No,
Fuck no.
it was also laggy as fuck. Like,
That was the thing. Like when me and Devin were playing, dude, fuck, it was horrible.
and like that was after they took the game down,
Yeah, we were
and
playing like
like
when it actually like really released, right?
yeah, like the release version, and it was like laggy as fuck, and it was like, how are you gonna take a game offline for months and it still be fucking shit?
Ask the guys who did Final Fantasy Online.
Which one?
The
Final Fantasy
latest Final
14 or
Fantasy
Final
14. Yeah, ask the people who did Final Fantasy 14. How you gonna
Yeah,
unrelease the game and then re-release it and it's still bad?
anyway, so good.
He's like,
Like, what the fuck you smoking?
I don't know, man.
It's like one
I don't
of
know
the
what
top
you're talking
MMOs in the fucking world right now. The fuck?
Is it better than World of Warcraft? I didn't think
It's
so.
high.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's up there. It's up there.
Speaking of dragons and goblins and whatever other fantasy stuff, Dragon Age Veilguard. So that
Everett
game was a
naked.
flop. What?
He said fantasies.
Oh my god. So Dragon Age Veilguard apparently was a flop. I don't think we were able to talk about it. I think it was happened during
You don't say.
yeah. With that being the reality, which of course that was what's gonna happen. Like I don't know how they didn't think it wouldn't have been a flop with I mean, like you guys remember that first trailer for Dragon Age the Veilguard? Like it was so bad. It looks so like how do you go from this gritty, like grounded, as best as you can, grounded like violent RPG, fantasy RPG, to like, oh, let's make it like a Marvel like heist movie thing, like when or a heist movie with like a Marvel humor and this and that. And then like everything I saw from like what people would share online, like the story was just like, yeah. Even people who were like hardcore like Dragon Age fans were just like, why? Why did they do this to the franchise I love? Like, what happened to the game I love? I don't know. I mean, because wait, Devin, did you play it? No, right?
No, that's what I mentioned earlier. Like I bought it for
Oh yeah.
$22.50.
So you're gonna play it?
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking for. I mean, I feel like it's gonna be worth $22.
Maybe for $22 it's worth it. But okay, so Dragon Age Veilguard, like the Veilguard, Jesus, stupid name. Yeah, it flopped. So EA has restructured BioWare. They've sent employees from that studio to other parts of EA, and now apparently there's less than 100 people working at the actual studio of BioWare. They're still working on Mass Effect, the next Mass Effect game, but they have been severely gutted. And I I mean I think you guys would share the same sentiment as me, right? If the next Mass Effect game doesn't perform well, EA's gonna that's it. They're gonna shut them down, right?
Probably. I mean, you got these legendary developers that just keep going like releasing crap. I mean, like you have Bungie that's gonna be gone here pretty soon. I mean, you have to keep making good games. Like your name alone will keep you in business for a little while, but I mean, eventually people are just gonna stop buying your shit. Like
Well, because like I
after,
mean, how many studios have we seen that were like on top of the world, and it just takes like maybe one, maybe two games, and they just like that's it. Like I remember when BioWare was on top of the world. I remember when uh, Bethesda was on top of the world. CD Projekt Red, like you know what I mean. All these studios. It's funny because they all make RPGs, um, or even like the
yeah,
Call
but
of Duty
I feel like
games.
CD Project Red redeemed themselves.
They did redeem themselves, but they still seem to like they're still like you can still see some sentiment of like that they have ground to make up. But they did redeem themselves. But like they're not CD Project Red is not on top of the world anymore. In fact, the one that's currently on top would be
What
FromSoft.
indie company?
No,
Elden
FromSoft I think
Ring,
would be
yeah, FromSoft.
Yeah, that's true.
FromSoft would be the current like they're the top. Like that's it. Now, I mean, are they going to have a downfall? We'll find out with Elden Ring Night Rain. Maybe that's the start.
I doubt it.
I mean,
People are gonna buy the game, realize it's not like Elden Ring, like what the fuck is this, and then complain about it. That's
yeah.
literally. I'm like,
I mean,
it's not a
they're clearly
traditional like fucking game like that.
they're trying something different, and they're trying to even like explain it, like, hey, it's not going to be like that. That there is this these aspects
It's
to it.
just
But
it's
yeah,
just a filler. I think it's filler for them to do other shit in the back.
yeah. No. This is definitely like a smaller scale game for them to put out something, and then in about a couple years, maybe even by the end of this year or early next year, sometime next year, whatever. They're gonna be like, here's our next big game, whether that's Elden Ring 2 or something completely new, or maybe another Sekiro game or something like I don't know, but yeah, Elden Ring Night Rain is a stopgap, but they just have to make sure that they keep their momentum because yeah, they could end up being well, like I said, Bioware one time because I mean, like I know you guys remember it, but you guys were still young enough, like still pretty young. But I remember because I was a teenager during the time. But I remember Knights of the Old Republic, Jade Empire, Mass Effect One. You know, when these games were coming out, you know, in the with the original Xbox and Xbox 360, you know, Dragon Age Origins, you know, they were just boom, 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 boom. Mass Effect 2, you know, people were just like, damn, BioWare can do no wrong. Then they
So you're
stumbled.
saying, sorry, okay, I'll let you finish.
I'll say, then they stumbled. Yeah, there was Dragon Age 2. People didn't really like it. Mass Effect 3 kind of had a bad reception. It wasn't that it was people hated the game, but they clearly hated the ending. Got kind of fixed or whatever, you know. Then people were like, oh, Dragon Age Inquisition, but then Mass Effect Andromeda, you know, stuff like that. Obviously now with Dragon Age Veilguard,
And
like,
then Anthem, and
oh,
then
Anthem. I
fucking
forgot about Anthem.
Yeah, I feel like
yeah, then
Anthem was
Anthem.
the really big downfall.
That was like their
That was
first.
the
That
game that's
was
supposed to
probably.
fucking like hella like be good for a while. The Destiny killer.
Oh, I mean, yeah. That's another studio. Bungie was on top of the world. They made They made the Halo games. Even Destiny 1, as hated as it was, it still kept them on top. And then even Destiny 2 kept them on top for a bit, but they just
Mhm.
started making bad decision after bad decision that people were just like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing to this game?" Like I don't like, now Bungie is where it is right now because they they just it's funny a lot of
They're
people
fuck-
were saying that once they left Activision that's when the downfall happened, that maybe Activision was good for them because they kept them on a tight like, hey, we need to have it this way. But once they got their own, like, oh, we're going to be this way, like they're on their own, yeah, that's when like, oh, they're making bad decisions, they're making, you know, bad content and stuff like that. But yeah, but yeah, no, BioWare, yeah, that was what I said: Knights of the Old Republic, Jade Empire, Mass Effect 1, Dragon Age Origins. They basically had like a 5 game stretch, right? Mass Effect 2 up to Mass Effect 2. They had like a 5 game stretch, maybe even before that because I don't know what they were making. They made then they made the first 2 Baldur's Gate games, right?
Baldur's Gates?
I want to say they made the first 2 Baldur's Gate games.
They made Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of
Yeah. So
yeah.
like
They made Neverwinter Nights. Star Wars, yep. Then that's when the SWTOR came out of
like
Jade
they
Empire.
were on a hot
They
streak,
made
but
Sonic Chronicles of Dark fucking Brotherhood for DS.
yeah, yeah, they made
Yeah.
that Sonic RPG. That they actually that is a thing that happened. They made a Sonic RPG for the DS. But yeah,
Or
no.
they're making
Once,
they
hmm?
did they have the MMO one, right? The Star Wars MMO one? The Star Wars Old Republic?
uh,
That
I don't think that's
Warhammer Online, Wrath of Heroes,
so.
Command and Conquer.
That Star Wars MMO, the Old Republic, is BioWare, but it's not BioWare. BioWare. It's
The
like
fuck you mean?
because it's like remember fuck what was the name of that company or what's the name of that company? Because there was Arcane, right? Remember Arcane, Austin, but there's Arcane Leon. And
Yeah,
so
this is
when
all
you
Bioware Edmonton.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's they're the BioWare name, but it's not the studio you're supposed to think of when you think of like that studio.
Developed by Bioware Austin, published by
Yeah, I
Electronic.
would say I would say I think it's BioWare Austin or something like that because it is like that. Like Arcane Austin doesn't make or well now they're not around anymore, but they didn't make like the Dishonored games. That was Arcane Leon. You know what I mean? But you
Mm.
still hear the Arcane name and think Arcane. So I see why you're like, oh yeah, but no, it's similar to that. It's BioWare, but it's not the BioWare studio, like the actual BioWare studio. It's like, oh, BioWare, yeah, like whatever them. We made another studio, now they're making Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Hmm.
But I mean, yeah, technically there's that MMO. But I'm more referring to like the main studio, because once they made Knights of the Old Republic, it was just boom, like they went they went on a hot streak, and then they started to stumble. I mean, but like I said, that just happens to every because oh my god, I'm forgetting the name. The guys who do Battlefield,
Dice.
Dice, like they
Yeah,
had a hot
I'll be right
streak
back.
from like they had a hot streak from like Battlefield Bad Company 1. People were like, this is pretty good. Then Bad Company 2 came out, and people were like, damn, maybe we don't have to play Call of Duty. There's a competitor. And then Battlefield 3 came out, people liked it. Battlefield 4 came out, and even Battlefield 1, a lot of people liked. Then they had Battlefield 5. I mean, there was that Battlefield Hardline game, but that wasn't them. That was Visceral or whatever it was. Uh, they had the Battlefield 5 game. They had, unfortunately, the Star Wars Battlefront games that people were not too fond of. I mean, maybe Battlefront 1 wasn't as poorly received as Battlefront 2. But yeah, and
Yeah.
then of
Well,
course,
Battlefront 2 is because of microtransactions. The game itself, Battlefront 2, is actually really good.
but it was the microtransactions. Then of course there's the latest Battlefield game that just like, yeah. We'll see what happens with them, but yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you play enough BioWare games that if something does happen, that you would miss that studio, Devin?
Um, I don't think I would miss. I mean, like, it would suck because, like, I do enjoy their games, but are they like something where I'm if Dragon Age didn't exist, I don't think I'd be
No,
like,
Mass Effect.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't shed a tear over it.
I think that's the only thing. If we were never to get like a good Mass Effect game again, that would actually get me like, damn. Because I very much enjoy the Mass Effect games. I even enjoyed Mass Effect 3. And honestly, I didn't finish it because like I'm old. I can't, like having these long ass games. Eventually, I'm like, okay, I gotta play something else. I need something shorter. But
You
like
haven't finished anything in a long time.
fuck you.
Sex joke.
But like, I didn't hate Andromeda. Is it like this amazing story? No, it's kind of generic. But like, it wasn't a bad game. It just had a lot of bugs, I guess, or whatever. But yeah,
Or you guess it had a lot of bugs. The thing
or
is a buggy piece of shit.
okay, not I guess it had a lot of bugs, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just yeah, that would be the thing if we were to never really get like Mass Effect anymore. But I don't know, maybe EA they'll just put it on a different studio. Because I mean, like we got the Dead Space remake, and that wasn't Visceral Games because Visceral Games got shut down, you know, some
Yeah, but
time ago.
supposedly not even fucking the remake underperformed. So even though the remake was great, we're never gonna get
Oh no, we're not getting
Dead
a Dead
Space
Space 2
4
remake or Dead
or
Space
even
4.
we're not even getting Dead Space 4 or Dead Space like
No. The unfortunate thing is I think
I think
studios have
they well
way
they
too
have to meet these crazy expectations. It's like Jesus
yeah.
Christ, they're never
I
gonna
think
reach that.
I think that's why I mean we're going to talk about it, but I think that's why Xbox's strategy is just unfortunately the way it's going to have to be for even like the big 3 at some point. Maybe not Nintendo, but yeah, I mean we'll get to there. Cuz yeah, games are getting more expensive to make. And like there was like that story last week of like analysts were saying something about that I people were hoping that Grand Theft Auto might signal like, hey, they might be willing to sell the next Grand Theft Auto for $100. If that happens, they could start charging for that much or that much for a game. Which I'm like, I'm not buying a game for $100. Like, you're never gonna get me to buy a game like the base game for $100. I'm not doing. I'll spend $100 if I want like the collector's edition for sure. $150, shit, I'll go as high as $200 if I really want that collector's edition. Mainly if it's a Gears game, but $100, like yeah, that is not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, game better suck me off at that point if I'm gonna try to buy
I
it
know,
for
right?
$100.
Better give me the best fucking head I've ever had for $100 a game, a video game.
Oh, sorry, I'm back.
No, you're good. You're good, JJ.
Sorry. What were you guys talking about again? Are you guys still talking about the same?
Ever given head to me.
We're not talking
Excellent.
about me giving head to you, Devin. Come on, that's not. Oh my god.
No, I know you in fact are lying. Like, is that no? But I used to talk about the whole like game.
Just
Great
like
One's Fall.
the
Still.
last comment was just like, I mean, we're like, if $100 game, it better fucking blow me if they're gonna charge me $100.
Oh, GTA.
Oh, see, yeah, he already knows about it, or saw that at least.
Yeah, it's like I guess but it's just not. But again, we've already heard that fucking guy from fucking Rockstar already say like, "Whoa, a game should be based on how big the game is." Like, okay, so like, what if the game is super long but total dog shit? Like, okay, these have a bunch of filler quests and shit, like a Destiny. Thank God it's free to play. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
Like I get it's a big game, you spend a lot of money, but again, like we said before, you don't need to be spending this fucking crazy god amount of money on to make a fucking game with a dude that lives by himself on a fucking base and can make a fucking game with a box of fucking scraps, or some shit like that. And it makes like the next best indie game for a month or some shit. It makes tons of money. It's about the gameplay and how just fun it is. People just making a game. And that
yeah,
goes back to my thing before when the Great Ones Fall. Guess what? You know why the games were good? Because in the middle of the fucking 2000s, where games were just made for it to be fucking fun. There's no fucking agenda to it. And then that's the reason why all the newer games are total fucking ass. And the ones that are also amazing as shit, when all the shit of the woke bullshit is not thrown in our fucking faces.
that's
Then
a whole other conversation. That unfortunately, that's probably part of the reason why Dragon Age Veilguard failed too,
it's
because
fucking horrible. Yeah.
they put that stuff in. It's gonna turn off a lot of people. It is gonna
Yeah,
turn
like
off
it's
a
just
lot
the
of people.
gamers. Gamers are such fucking degenerate fucks. Like we don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Like,
Yeah.
like we just want dudes,
Okay,
big
Jay.
ass armors kicking ass. Like gears, like big dudes just kicking
Yeah,
ass, dude.
I
It's
know.
literally
Like that's the
simple
thing.
as that.
No, I
You
know
know.
that people hate it, but like games kind of do have to like appeal to that male power fantasy. Like they kind of do have to, because that's what games are supposed to be. This fantasy of like you're going through and winning and beating the enemy and destroying the aliens and killing the monsters and ripping and tearing. Yeah.
That's the thing. That's how it was. It was fun back then. It's fun now. Like, don't what to tell you. And for the Rockstar, the GTA, like, what it's gonna. I think what the most expensive one is gonna be the fucking online. Like
Yeah.
nobody's gonna be spending thousands and thousands of hours on single player, unless you got modders. But other than that, it's literally just people playing online 24/7 based on a mod that people are doing fucking GTA RP. That's the reason why the game's fucking people are playing that shit. Because nobody gives a fuck about. Look at Red Dead. Nobody gives a fuck about Red Dead. They even have Red Dead fucking RP, and it's fucking total dog shit. Like, hey guys, look at my horse. Yeah, like, cool. Like in GTA, you got your fucking pimped out car, like I'm fucking Fast and Furious and shit. Like, look at my shit, bro. Crap like that. Like, nobody cares. But that's the thing. Fucking, I was taking an example. Baldur's Gate 3 should probably be a $200 game in that fucking sense. When that fucking you have thousands of hours and multiple fucking endings. There's like 14,000 endings or some bullshit. Like, no god amount or some bullshit.
I can tell you have a lot of passion about this, JJ.
It's not even passion. I'm just talking, bro. It's just I'm like that's what it is. Like, not sugarcoating anything.
No, don't sugarcoat. That's what this podcast is about. Do not sugarcoat that shit. Okay, let's just go ahead and move to the next thing. All right, we got basically two sets of news. We'll talk about the PlayStation stuff first. So PlayStation now is gonna stop forcing people, PC players, to have a Sony account or PlayStation account for their games. But if you do, you'll get incentives uh, for having one. Maybe costumes and stuff like that. Uh, this has clearly been a what's the word? I think this is Sony signaling that like they just don't understand the PC market, and they're just trying to like buddy up to them or something. But I don't know. I mean, I
They have to.
honestly,
It's just they're selling their games on PC.
yeah. I mean, I honestly don't care about having to have a Sony Online Entertainment, whatever. Sony Interactive Entertainment. That's what it is, right? I don't care about having to have a PlayStation account. Like, oh, to play a Sony game on my PC, I never understood the bitching about it. It's not hard to make one, and it really doesn't bother. I'll never understand why people bitch so much about that.
Dude, this is like going back to like the GameStop days, but like we had someone that like freaked out because they had to make an Outlook email address in order to like set up their Xbox. And I was just like, I mean, you don't have to like check it. Like you just have to have like a Microsoft email in order to, you know, set up your account. And I was like, I just don't want to do that. Like I want to return this. Like I don't want another email. I'm like, dude, like you are like crashing out over like the smallest thing in life of like just making an account and just never accessing it. Like I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing, is that people just get like that over these things, but I will never really understand it because I don't know where the actual like how it bothers you. Like how is it impeding anything? You're just making an account, then you're playing a game, getting trophies. That's it. I don't know.
Well, that and it doesn't restrict a lot of players that live in a whole bunch of random third world
I
countries.
mean, so there is that. If they can't, if like
That's the
it's
big one.
not like possible to play PlayStation games because of that, that makes more sense. But like there is a way around that. In those countries, hey, we don't require it. And if that pisses off people who are like, well, why do they have to require it here? And why do we have to require it here and they don't require it? Like tough shit. You get to live in a country where they don't treat you like that, or they don't do that.
Tell them, well, you can just go live there, and then you don't have to have an email.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Let's just go to the next thing. So, the other big Sony news, that was like a smaller one, but Sony, they now have one CEO for Sony Interactive Entertainment. I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Hideaki Nishino is now the sole CEO of PlayStation. For I don't even know how long it's been, the past year or something, maybe less. It's been him and Herman Holst controlling Sony, or well, PlayStation. But Herman Holst, I guess, is just going back to head of PlayStation Studios. That's what's happening. I've seen some people thinking that like Herman Holst is out at PlayStation, but that's not what's happening. They just decided to say, hey, Nishino is the guy who's going to be running things. So, I wonder if this just maybe signals that. This signals that like this is where they're going. Now they have the plan. I mean, there's that whole like, yeah, they've been canceling games as service games. maybe he's part of that, and that's why they're like, okay, this is his vision. Let's go with him.
Well, good for him. Canceling his live services when people don't want him.
Well, I mean, yeah, people don't like people don't like a lot of stuff. I
Yeah,
just
live service God of War. Like, what the fuck?
see that could have been kind of cool. I think a God of War because
Yeah.
I didn't mind God of War Ascension stuff, but I don't know. But there was like they canceled that Last of Us Factions game. I don't understand that. Like people seem to like the factions in the first Last of Us game, so why would you even cancel that?
Yeah, they re-released it on a.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want live service. Like, I just feel like I don't know. We need to stop just making live service games. Like, please just make good games.
Just make good games. Yeah, yeah, just make good games. Sometimes
Yeah,
that's
because
hard.
yeah, because like was it like the reason why multiverse was getting canceled because of WWE's like that kind of multiverse is one of our impacted losses for developing the game. We need to cancel some shit. I'm like, yeah, because of fucking Suicide Squad. Like Jesus fuck. Like
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
collateral damage for that shit.
Hmm.
Like if Suicide didn't fucking come out or it was like kind of somewhat successful, fucking multiverse would still be
You know what?
available.
We're gonna okay.
Fucking around.
This is a good transition actually. So
You're welcome.
we're talking about video games like Suicide Squad bombing and things like that. Like make good games because games are like not making enough money or whatever. We're gonna go into that because this has to do with the Xbox stuff. Uh, we're gonna start with Forza Horizon 5. They announced it's coming to the PlayStation. Spring I think this year. They're
I think
releasing
so.
Forza Horizon 5. Um, on PlayStation, and it wasn't like it's probably happening. Like no, it came directly from like their Twitter, so it wasn't even like, is this happening? So this pretty much signals that's it. Xbox is releasing games everywhere. They're ready to become maybe not a full on third party publisher. They'll probably still make consoles, but they're ready to just but I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Go ahead and talk about this.
Okay, good. Let's not
Yeah,
talk
I
about it
mean,
for 5 minutes.
I mean, Forza Horizon on PlayStation, and more games possibly coming. Like there's a rumored like Halo collection and
The
and
Phoenix
the
collection.
Gears of War collection. Supposedly it's going to be announced soon. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Conquer Bad Fur Day fucking collection. Perfect
well,
Dark
I could just
collection, bro.
well, that's just a rare replay.
Oh, rare replay collection. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that they want like Xbox and Microsoft are like we just want more money, and I mean we know this working at GameStop, like, and I feel like most people who pay attention to the business, companies don't make money off consoles. Consoles don't make money. Like they sell them basically at cost. So like by the time they ship these things out and stuff, like they're either barely making any money or they make a few bucks. Like it's not like when Xbox is selling a Series X for $500 because like they've done like people do spec breakdowns of like what's in the console. They're like for $500, like you would be it'd be very tough for you to buy a PC with these specs and all the stuff inside the console. So it's like you're getting basically what you pay for. So it makes sense that like Xbox is like, yeah, we'll probably still throw out consoles, but we're not gonna like. Who gives a shit? Like if you buy Call of Duty on PlayStation, guess what? That's money in our pocket. If you buy Call of Duty on the PC, that's money in our pocket. You buy Forza,
Like
that's
I
money in our
didn't buy
pocket.
it. I didn't buy the game. I have a Game Pass. I go, well, you're giving us money anyway.
Exactly. Like it just shows that, and I don't really care. Like as long as like the Xbox ecosystem still survives, like if even if they did just turn it into like I don't know, like some sort of like Steam thing or something. Like I mean, like how they have Game Pass, but like I still like earning my achievements. Like I don't know, like I know it's dumb, but like That's what, like, if something is multi-platform, I just prefer on Xbox. I like the controller, and I like getting my silly dumb achievements. I know they're dumb, but they give me my lizard brain some serotonin boost when I see those for some reason. So, but that's just me.
Mm. But I think it's not too bad though that Sony's getting these. It's cool, you know. Again,
Yeah.
this is helping gamers out. And, like Xbox is, think about the gamers.
Hmm.
But Xbox not getting exclusive now. You're saying it to everybody is Sony. Haha. I'm like, well, guess what? Guys,
Yeah,
everybody wins.
like,
Everybody fucking
yeah,
wins.
yeah. Everyone wins because like now you guys get to play the games, and Microsoft wins because you're now giving them cash. Like that's the thing is like they don't like congratulations, you didn't buy their console, but you gave them more money in the long run by buying their game.
That'd be nuts, dude. Imagine fucking Sony getting like, hey, there's an app for Game Pass shit. And it's like, okay, I don't have to buy any games now. I just get Game Pass. I'm like, well,
I
guess
feel
what?
like Game Pass is gonna stay on
Xbox is
on
PC.
Xbox and PC. I feel like that is gonna be like kind of the differentiator, or like you can have like your Samsung TV or whatever. But I don't. Well, I just think mainly because I don't think um, like Sony's gonna want to put it on there because they already have their PlayStation Plus thing. So I just don't think they're gonna want to like be like, oh yeah, have your better product on our system because that's really what it comes down to. Like Game Pass is so much better than PlayStation Plus, any of those
But
tiers, because like
yeah,
because Game Pass you're getting stuff day one, like PlayStation Plus Premium you have to wait, I don't know, 6 months to a year, depending on the title, in order for it to get on there.
yeah. I think you get like some games compatible, right? Backwards compatibility shit. But I think what they're taking away some PS2 games or some shit now. Some games out, you can't even play them anymore.
Yeah, I think so. And they're
It's
starting
some PS5
and
games,
starting
right? Some
yeah, and starting next year, they're not even gonna have PS4 games on. Like, they're not gonna be giving away, or that's not gonna be
They're
part of
not
like
going
the
to be part of
platform.
PlayStation Plus, yeah.
Yeah, so
So,
but bro,
okay.
but PS4, bro, PS4 games, you're fucking 2025, bro. Come on.
So obviously,
Like,
okay.
Jesus Christ.
Obviously, I'm back. I wanted to add this in with the conversation because we're talking about Xbox becoming, yeah, more third party and stuff. But like I said, I also wanted it to be a wider conversation of just how much games are costing and why games are not meeting quotas or whatever, things like that. But so, according to some new analysis, I don't know who did the analysis, but Microsoft and Xbox became the biggest game publisher recently, as of December. Uh, this was their earnings for quarter two fiscal year 2025. Their gaming revenue declined by 7%. Their hardware revenue declined by 29%, but their content and services grew by 2%. They did make money though. So obviously things like microtransactions, Game Pass, and things like that were making a lot of money for them. Made them a little bit more money, but still.
Is that like a
Also,
recent one, like a recent update, like updated one? I'm assuming, right?
yeah,
Because I'm
this is
like,
their
if it is,
recent
then
one.
like, guess what? Like, yeah, fucking uh, Call of Duty, Indiana
Yeah,
Jones, and shit like that. Those big fucking Xbox
they
comes
probably
in.
got a bunch of new subscribers to Game Pass thanks to Call of Duty and Indiana
Especially,
Jones.
yeah, especially Black Ops 6. That's
Yeah.
a lot of fucking people. Like, you're saying I should spend this much instead of $70 to play this fucking game? Okay. And
Here's the
us
thing.
that already have it, you download it.
So here's the thing though that I find funny about their gaming revenue, meaning uh, games people just straight up bought. That's down 7%, meaning they probably weren't selling a lot of games just like that. Everyone's going to Game Pass because 64% of consumer spending on Microsoft titles in December was on PlayStation. So even though their gaming revenue declined by 7%, people were buying a lot of games, Microsoft games, on the PlayStation. Uh,
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Nobody wants
but
to. Nobody. If you're telling I could buy, I mean, download a game for free and not spend any money, and be like, oh, this game sucks. At least I didn't spend it. I
yeah,
just wasted
so
my time downloading. That's
yeah,
it.
I know. But to me, this is why I'm saying that. Like I mentioned it earlier, I think the big three are gonna have to do it this way. Like especially PlayStation might have to end up doing it too. Like them canceling games as service is because clearly something wasn't working, and they probably took Concord as just such a big loss that they're like, no, never mind. Like, no, we got to stop. But they are going into like, well, let's just make a bunch of movies and TV shows. So maybe okay, maybe they don't necessarily need to become a publisher, a third party publisher, if that's the way they're going. But clearly, the big three do need to be doing other things besides just making consoles and games because something's not working with the video game industry, and there are too many games. Obviously, it's multifaceted. There's many factors. It's not just like, oh, games are expensive and people buy it, but it doesn't sell enough, so it can't make up the money. There's also like, people have a lot of distrust in studios for certain studios, for games. There's certain things that, maybe turns them off to buying other certain games and all that stuff. And maybe, yeah, price point, $70 is still a lot to spend for a video game, you know, that even though games are costing two, three, 400 million to make, like they just can't expect to make that money back if certain things are still happening in the game industry with video games. Because how many every time we have a podcast, right? It seems that way anyway, right? That we're talking about another game that just didn't meet sales expectations. Like if we look at recent game releases, there's Dragon Age the Veilguard, there was the Star Wars Outlaws, that was called, right? That
Yeah.
apparently there was also the Prince of Persia game, you know, Concord obviously did not fucking sell as much as it wanted. Like we're constantly talking about games that didn't sell enough. And you can say like, yeah, like, oh well, they don't like this, or it's too this, or they have this, or it's just too expensive. Something needs to change because at the end of the day, they're still businesses and they need to make money. And if they're not making money from us because of, so it's easy to say that like they need to listen to their consumers, right? Like that's probably the easiest thing. Listen to the consumers. Do what the consumers want.
Pretty
But
much.
yeah, that's the easy thing to say. But like clearly they're not going to.
But you don't know what we want. That's the thing.
So yeah, they're clearly not going to listen to us. I mean, you're gonna have some that'll still be like, no, we're gonna make the game the way we make the game, and we're not changing certain things. Like there was the recent Xbox Direct. Like, look at the latest Doom game. That game just looks like Doom. So like, there's clearly studios that are just gonna make the games the way they make the games, and I think that won't be an issue with like that, like them making money. But you are gonna have games that are gonna struggle because they don't have maybe as big of a name recognition to fall back on, or in the case of like BioWare, like they've been having some missteps. So people are already wary of them. Or like Star Wars Outlaws, people are like they don't trust a lot of Ubisoft games, and that's why you see Ubisoft do their subscription. EA having EA Play or something, their subscription, Game
Mm.
Yeah.
Pass. Sony like, okay, let's start just going in for they clearly wanted to go on games as service because that's where they were like, we're gonna make money there. It didn't work, even though they barely tried. It didn't work. And they're like, oh, no. Let's just do a bunch of movies and TV shows, which I think is even like actually a worse idea to go with because I don't think you could make as much money as a games as service thing. And like their track record isn't great. Like the Last of Us show is good, but like people didn't seem to like Uncharted. I don't think the Ratchet and Clank movie made a lot of money. And like even though people liked the Twisted Metal show, you don't really hear people talk about it too much.
Yeah, the only
It's
time I heard
also
it
well,
was
they
IGN.
also I feel like it's kind of weird that like they don't have like a single like it's not like all their shows get released on Amazon. Like they're like some are Max, some's on Peacock, some are gonna be on Amazon. Like I feel it. I think it's weird that they're not just like they don't just
Trying
have
to
like
be
a
on one
deal.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if Sony's all about like oh you can only play our games on one platform, but our TV shows, good luck
You need to
finding
have
them.
Peacock, you need to have Max, you need to have Amazon, you need to have Paramount maybe at some
But
point.
I think
Yeah.
also them making the shows, I think just it just makes a big giant net to getting more players to like oh, if this is a show for Last of Us, I'll play. I bet you that increases their fucking player count a bit. You know, Helldivers or some shit too when they make their movie.
Hmm.
It's just gonna be a super comedic fucking really fucking Starship Troopers. Even though Starship Troopers are already kind of funny anyway.
Honestly, I think what Sony could do is maybe I know I would probably oh man, I this probably would get me a lot of hate like being if I put this on Twitter or something. But I think maybe what it's 17.99, right, for the PlayStation Plus Premium? I think
I
that's
think
the
that
price.
sounds right.
I think maybe what they could do is if they really want to push in on this like movies and TV stuff, like yeah, you can have your like maybe stuff on Peacock or whatever. But like I know they tried it before, but I think it could be more successful. Like add a $10 like an extra $10 for an extra tier, like PlayStation Plus Premium, whatever. I don't know. And like you can have all your shows, like you can watch it on your PlayStation or on an app on your TV or whatever, like the PlayStation Plus app, but it's only for TV shows and movies. So you could have everything on there. Like that's a way to do it. I mean, I think Microsoft should do that too because like, they had the Halo show, they have the Fallout show now. Like they're gonna have other stuff. Like we know the Halo show failed, but the Amazon show did well enough that I think Microsoft would be willing to be like, let's see, maybe we could keep going. I mean, there's gonna be the Gears show on Netflix or movie. Well, no, there's gonna be a Gears anime. Just again, instead of like charging extra or trying to do certain things that are gonna to try and make more money, this is probably the way to go about it. Is more TV. It's like yeah, TV shows and movies, or start releasing your games on the opposing platforms.
And making good games from the other IPs that are just sitting there doing nothing.
I mean that you know what I mean. That's another. See, that's the thing. Like as people who are not involved in these decisions, we do have that like we think it's easy. They could just listen to us. Oh, just make the game the way it's always been. Maybe a few tweaks here and there, but don't change it drastically. Just give us a new Gears, give us a new Halo, give us a new God of War, give us a new Uncharted. Don't give us, this, but like almost different, or whatever. Or yeah, hey, what about a Banjo Kazooie game? What about a Sly Cooper game? A Resistance game? Or a fucking
Oh, dude,
Killzone game?
I was thinking like do a fucking a movie or a show, dude. Fucking Infamous, bro. I thought about that shit. Sorry, my bad.
Infamous could be pretty cool. Yeah, like we
It's
haven't
just
had an Infamous game in so long, too. Like those are those are franchises people want to play. Like I don't, I know Horizon, I guess is popular enough, but is it really that popular that we can't have them make another Killzone game? You know?
Yeah, but Lego Horizon Zero Dawn,
Oh,
like what was it, the Forbidden West now? Lego,
yeah.
like
And there's supposed to be like a Horizon MMO, I think, or I think that was
Jesus fuck.
canceled. Yeah, I don't know. Like at some point, we might not have like consoles because it is a thing of like I think I've talked about this before, right? At some point, we probably won't have consoles. It might be too expensive to do that. Like, and then oh, and that's the other thing too. Like this happened recently. Like Sony's not going to be making. They're stopping production on discs, like physical media. Like
I
that's
wonder
the
how.
thing. So that's probably another way they're going to be like, well, we're going to save money by just not making physical games.
Hey, yo,
At some point,
Sony, remember that time that you said you can just trade your disc to your friend and play the game? How the fuck am I supposed to do that without disc, you fucks?
yeah.
Like, oh, you remember when you made fun of Xbox for that? Like, fuck you guys.
So yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's gonna blow up in their fucking face real fucking quick when that shit starts actually coming out. It's like, yeah, we're doing that. I'm like, okay. Guess what, guys? Next year is gonna be we're all jumping to Xbox next time. Or PC. Fuck it. I think everyone's just gonna go to PC. Fuck it. I think right now a lot of people are just going to PC instead, dude.
I keep saying that, like they need, like PC's going to be the big. That's going to be the dominant like platform at some point. I just honestly think that's just because unless unless the big three, well, maybe not Nintendo. I don't think they ever really are gonna. They're just gonna give you what they're gonna give you, and you're gonna accept it or not. But I think like Sony and Microsoft, unless they're willing to really take losses on consoles, like I think we are heading toward where consoles are gonna be like 600, $700, like for base consoles, not even like pro versions.
Hey, remember the PS3? Yeah, that was kind of up there.
Yeah, they tried it before with the PS3. It was a
But again,
500 and
but
600.
again, that was the first time though. The thing was the reason why it was expensive because it also had the Blu-ray,
Yeah,
and
but
like
like
that's like the biggest new technology back
yeah,
then.
but like they're going to be, or I mean, unless they start like, oh, we're just making digital only consoles so we could sell it for like 500.
Imagine an $800 discless fucking. Oh wait, Sony did. Ha!
Oh yeah, I guess you're right, huh? See, that's the thing. The consoles are getting more expensive, and obviously, yeah, like they're gonna try and make up their money. So that's why I don't think Microsoft is gonna stop making consoles, but I don't think they're just it's gonna be the big focus. I mean, we've talked
It's
about it
literally
too.
just gonna be a game. It's gonna be a Game Pass console, bro. That's literally fucking what it's gonna be.
Yeah, and I mean, like, well, the
They're
thing
just
is
run
too.
better than on your fucking like Samsung TV or something.
Well, I think the thing to do now is I think that classic like home console that you plug into the wall, plug into your TV, and you have it sit next to your TV. I think that's a relic.
And I
I,
was literally thinking about that, like literally not even like a minute ago. I was like, that'd be cool. I missed that shit, bro.
I think it's a relic. I think the way forward for console makers is to basically copy Nintendo. Not like the power of like their console, but like, you know what, we're just gonna make a really expensive handheld console that's super powerful. It's possible, obviously, to be able to make something that plays game like current gen games, on a handheld because the Steam Deck exists.
Hmm.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have to be weak in its power like the Nintendo Switch. I don't know what the Switch 2 is going to be like, but yeah. So obviously that, you can do it. I think that probably is going to have to be the way to go. Is that like you could probably make a handheld console that is still powerful, but you don't have to charge $800. You could charge maybe $500 for it, and you can still have your console, and people could take it to go. But it you can make it cheaper because it would most likely be a digital only thing. Because I mean, we're heading toward that future. The digital future is coming. Like I just told you guys, Sony's not like they're gonna stop making Blu-ray discs. They're not gonna do it anymore. They don't want like the digital future is coming. We're all gonna have to accept it at some point.
I know I said like, oh yeah, dude, that's gonna go bode well with all that fucking people. And I said like, oh, we're not doing this, but I'm like, the last game I bought was fucking Sonic Generations, and then before that, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
You know, like, the fuck about that shit.
I think the
Maybe
last physical game I bought was Gears 5. No. Gears Tactics. That's the last physical game I bought. Gears Tactics. Like that
yeah, I'm not.
wasn't
I'm not
used or
counting.
anything.
I'm not counting fucking Switch because there's some games I get on Switch
See, the thing is, even
physical,
on the
but
Switch, I don't buy physical games. I buy, you know, I buy the digital versions of games, even on the Switch. I don't like. See, me, I've been embracing like ever since the 360 when you could start downloading games. Like I literally even like rebought some games that I had physical versions of because I was like, oh yeah, I like this way better. Because remember, like at first they had it like, oh, you could install the game from the disc onto the console, so it was like it made it quicker to load up and stuff or whatever. But then they just
Mhm.
were like, oh yeah, you can just download a version of the game now, and it's that size. So I was just like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want a digital version of this game.
And the best thing was you download early. This is literally the best part about it. Like, oh, you can like, right, we can pre-download fucking Doom right now.
Yeah,
Like, oh, okay, that's crazy, bro. So I don't have to worry. Someone that launches, don't have to worry about it.
that's the thing.
Like,
Physical games are just becoming like redundant because of like yes, back then, when you could go to a midnight launch, put in the game, maybe there was an update, but like even during the 360 days, those updates were not like huge.
yeah, like, no, fuck no. Like GTA 5 when they came out in 360, like 8 gigs was not that bad. You're like,
But
it's done in
now,
like
yeah, but
20 to 30 minutes.
nowadays, yeah, nowadays when you come home, like let's say you get a game physical, you come home, and even during a midnight release, well, 9 o'clock release or whatever here in West Coast, you come home and now it's like, oh, basically the whole game has to be like downloaded because that's how big the update is or whatever it is. It
Yeah, and
just
then once you
it's
download it, guess what? First day patch and
yeah,
shit like that. It's like, oh my god.
and like at that point you're like, well, I guess I'm playing tomorrow. Like it just doesn't make sense to buy physical anymore.
Unless you
And
can
That's
get
my
then
it
thing.
cheap, like Dragon Age.
that's
Well,
true.
yeah,
Like but yeah, the reason, yeah, but you have to wait months to.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
but
not even
that's
that, it's
like
not even
if
that
you're
bad
not
though.
like,
You're like you waited 3 months for the game. It's not even that bad, to be honest.
well,
Like,
that's like, yeah, but like that's like the games that I'm not like super excited, like games that I'm super excited for, like that I'm gonna want to play. Yeah, I'm gonna buy them digitally. But games that I'm like, I can wait till a couple months to play that. I like my backlog. Like I have games to play right now. I don't need to waste money on buying a game brand new. So fuck it.
yeah. Oh, take that back. I guess I bought Silent Hill too, but um,
Hmm.
that was because I was. But like but I think the only time I would actually really go hard on fucking buying hard discs again or something like that was collector editions
Yeah, I
for
think
that.
the only time
But I think a lot of them are starting to be
yeah,
like, oh yeah, just here's the statue. Like, what? No game. Like,
no game.
okay.
See, yeah, I and like I bet you, because yeah, that was the Halo special edition was like that, right? Halo Infinite. Like I think the next
Mhm.
Gears game they do a special edition, it'll probably be like that. There's gonna be no physical game, or if even if it is
Yeah.
a physical disc, like it's only like oh, it's a physical disc, but it doesn't actually have the game on it. It's just gonna prompt you to download
Just
the
like,
game. Which I
yeah.
mean, I'm
Like,
gonna have it pre-downloaded anyway because Game Pass. But yeah,
yeah. Like, I think that's what I liked about, maybe just we're just old, but like we just missed like the old school, like just grabbing those old school game and just plugging that shit in and just playing. Nice. Yeah, like when we worked at GameStop demo, like Gears 3 or some shit, we just like once we
Mm.
got it, we went straight fucking home, popped that bitch and you started playing online, bro. Like, fucking, let's go, trying to beat your story, man. Like us three and our buddy Sam. Like we just us four played shit out of it.
Oh, Gears
Be
3?
story.
Man.
Yeah, it's not like we just put it in like, okay, well, I guess we'll play this tomorrow. Gotta download this fucking big ass game. Because since you and I fucking work midnight, we're fucked. Like
Yeah, I don't know. The future of gaming is, I don't know, it's going to be dicey, I think. It's going to be dicey, I think.
I
Let's
guess
go
like
ahead. Huh?
I'd say like maybe like the missing the old social aspect of the game when you go to those midnight launches and talking to other people that also like the game as well. You guys are getting hyped for the game, and like the kind of miss because like now it's just only us three talking about Gears. Like, oh, we're dude, so can't wait for Gears, man. And obviously when it gets closer, we're gonna be like, oh, dude, it's gonna be fucking sick. It's like when maybe I don't guess I don't miss working on GameStop, but like also but talking to other customers and right like about those games that we like playing and they're getting hype and it's just cool as shit.
Yeah.
And it just makes it like, yep, see, those are the little interactions I like when I work at GameStop, just chilling and just talking about the game and vibing. That's it.
All right, let's
Before they bitch about why their Madden 06 was 2 cents when it's like 2014. Like, bro, what the fuck?
that's hilarious. All right, let's go ahead and end this podcast on a smaller note, but one that's going to be closer to, well, at least specifically me and Devin, like our fandom. I want to talk about Gears of War E-Day because there's that tweet in the report and everything that it's being co-developed by People Can Fly, which to me I'm like, oh hell yeah. I like Gears of War Judgment. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I still think it's a very good game. It's very fun. I very much liked Overrun mode. I would love for that to come back into Gears someday. Um, I know we mentioned it. I don't know if we really even talked about it too, but also because I want to mention the Gears stuff because like there is also the report that they're going to announce Gears of War like collection for PlayStation 5. Like it'll be coming to PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox, and it's going to be crossplay and all that stuff. That's the rumors for the Gears like collection. There's nothing, obviously nothing's been announced yet. But yeah. So I don't know, Devin, what are your I just want to know what your thoughts are. Like People Could Fly helping with development and Gears possibly being on PlayStation.
Well, if it goes on PlayStation will finally have a good third-person shooter, so good for them.
Ooh.
And I mean, People Can Fly. They helped with
Actually,
earlier Gears games too,
no,
right?
yeah, I did not know this, but apparently they've been helping on Gears forever.
For a while,
Like
yeah.
on just the franchise ever since, like even with Epic, they helped them. I did not know this.
Yeah. I
Like,
was like, I'm pretty sure that like it's a pretty known. Like I was like, I thought that was the case, but yeah.
yeah, I never somehow I never knew that People Can Fly were basically co-developers basically since like the beginning. I think maybe more two Gears of War 2 or something, but yeah. Like of course they developed Gears of War Judgment or whatever. But I honestly did not know that they've been helping out with Gears forever. So they know Gears. Like they know Gears. It's in their blood. I honestly like I've kind of been saying that I want Microsoft to purchase People Can Fly. Like I want them to purchase People Can Fly to basically be another Gears studio. But not just a
Yeah.
Gears studio.
So
I also want them to like make another Bulletstorm.
yeah, so if they can help get this thing pushed over the line faster and it come out this year with still high quality, I'm all for that. Like I have no issue with them providing extra assistance.
Yeah. No. If they
Mhm.
were, because yeah, I mean, Microsoft has been doing this. There's been like they've been getting support studios for all their big games. Like they got who is it that's helping on the Perfect Dark game? The people who did Tomb Raider, Crystal Dynamics. They've been getting studios to help with their games. You know, like obviously what is it Saber Interactive or something? I forgot the name. That helps with basically Halo. They've been helping with Halo for a while. Uh, yeah, if you're gonna like announce like, oh yeah, we have like a support studio for Gears of War, People Can Fly is the studio to help. Like they apparently know Gears, but like even if I didn't know that they have been helping on the Gears franchise for that long, like they've developed their own Gears game. Like they know Gears. Like I said, say what you want about Gears of War Judgment, I still think it's a pretty good game. It's not like it's obviously the like quote unquote worst Gears game, but it's still a good game on its own. It just was different. Obviously, the coalition's not going to do that, so that People Can Fly is just going to make with I don't know what they're helping out on specifically. Maybe they're doing more multiplayer or something. Which actually, you mentioned that if this helps to push it out, Gears of War E Day this year, like maybe that might be possible because the rumors for the Gears collection is that it's going to be announced soon and there's not going to be multiplayer with it.
Interesting.
So if
Yeah, I was gonna
that
get salty
actually
a little bit, man, because I want to shit on some PlayStation noobs.
but if that actually is true and there's not going to be multiplayer with the Gears collection, that maybe it is releasing this year, like maybe summer. Maybe they do a thing of like, oh yeah, and the Gears collection's available now, like at during like a June showcase, and like, oh yeah, and November this year, the Gears journey continues with Gears of War E Day. Maybe that might be what they do. So
Yeah, I'm all
Maybe.
for getting the game out sooner rather than later because I want to play it now.
yeah, I want to play some Gears. I actually need to play some more Gears 5 because I'm close to getting an achievement for getting a re-up 50, I think. I gotta play some more Gears 5. Yeah. I don't know. Gears of War Future. I cannot wait for more Gears. But okay, let's go ahead. I just accidentally stopped the recording, but I'm gonna add this on to the end of it. Yeah, we're gonna stop the
Senile
episode.
old man.
Whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast episode with that. I'm not gonna make promises. I should be able to record next week. We should be able to record next week. I don't think there'll be any issues. So
Because I downloaded. Okay. They
what?
better. I said I downloaded OBS to try this shit out too.
Yeah, I did want to
Just
talk
in
to you
case.
about like maybe so that way you guys can do it when I'm not able to. It's not hard to do it. I can send you the files for certain things. um, yeah, I don't know. That was what we said, episode 41, right? Yeah, 41. We're gonna say 41. I was your host, Everett. Devin.
See you, skanks.
Oh God, JJ.
This episode was brought to you by ExpressVPN. You know,
God,
just if you're
no,
tired of watching us
Classic
no.
Clan.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, Raid
Raid
Shadow.
Shadow Legends. Oh man. All right.
No,
Until
I'm just
next
kidding.
time.
But now, all right, peace out, guys.
Yeah. Until next time. We'll catch you later.